Well, quiet by day, anyhow. Who knows what might emerge from the depths of the suburban jungle once the sun goes down.
My grandson was visiting his aging grandparents, so he flew in Toronto and took the shuttle bus. And this is a bus driver who's been with the company for several years. So he looked at the address and he said, "Oh, Lee Avenue, Lee Avenue." He said, "I've been there before. That's where the voodoo house is."
And this is Peter Vangils, the man who decorates his house with these haunting hoodoo figures. He's not sure where the inspiration comes from, but admits they look more than a bit like those Easter Island statues.
Went to Hawaii and so read up about the Easter Islands and so what they did with those monstrous tons and tons of granite and so quite fascinating. So maybe my ancestors, which I doubt very much, coming from Holland, you know, which is so far removed from Hawaii and the South Seas, so I don't know.
Well, there may not be any South Seas in Peter, but there's definitely a touch of Zuiderzee.
And this guy, he is my little Dutch boy. My Dutch heritage, I wanted to do something. Now, you look at this feet here, wooden shoes. This is the first set of wooden shoes I've ever made.
So, Peter, is that you as a boy?
I hope I was better looking than this.
Most people love Peter's work. Others consider it strictly for the birds.
Now, this one is the favorite of the robins. See the robin's nest down there? About 2 weeks ago, the young ones flew out there. So even the robins like the stuff here.
Peter's pretty fussy when it comes to finishing details, and when he spies something that will make his artwork even better, well, expense is no object.
This eye here, it needed something there. There were 2 dark spots there. So I see the little girl next door was playing with some glass balls down there. I said, "I want one of those." She said, "Okay, you can buy it," she said. "I paid 10 cents for it. I'll sell it to you for $1. So I gave her $1, and I think it looks great.
Most of Peter's carved and chiseled chums look relaxed and healthy enough, but this guy looks like he ate a bad chili dog.
Sometimes I get visitors and they ask me, "Why stick his tongue out? Just touch it, it brings good luck." And it's amazing how many people do touch it.
How about you, Peter? Has the tongue brought you any luck?
Who needs luck? I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world there. Look, I got the whole studio down there. I got my painting. I got my sculptures. And I got enough money to buy wine and beer. What else does a man want?
You can see Peter's touch everywhere, even on his mailbox. As for raw material, let's just say when Peter brings home a souvenir, he brings home a souvenir.
Oh, I was in BC over visiting my son, and he had this beautiful log laying down there, and he couldn't resist it. So I took his chainsaw and started carving and carving and carving. So I carved for 2 days. I had it with the chainsaw roughed out and threw it in my station wagon, which just fitted in there. It is 8 foot long, and drove it through the United States into Canada. The custom officer said, "What the heck you got down there?" I said, "Well, you name it." So he looked, and it was covered by a blanket, and he looked underneath the blanket, and there was that face staring at him. "Go on, get out of here," he said. I call it the goddess of fertility.
It takes a heap of chiseling to turn an old beech log into a goddess of fertility. But for Peter, the entire process is therapeutic.
There's something soothing about the whole thing. You know, just bang, 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 bang. And I kind of like it. Yeah, it's hypnotic, you know. There's no blueprint, there is no drawing, there is no nothing. You know, you're just carving by the seat of your pants.
Another wonky wooden sentry for Peter's backyard. And these raw recruits have their work cut out for them. Peter's a little concerned about the neighbors. He thinks he may have spotted troop movements.
I always wonder why everybody who has a swimming pool got the flag flying. I have to ask him some of these days. Because I see other people with swimming pools and they all have a flag flying. I don't know why, I haven't found out yet.
Put the flag up when you open the pool, you take the flag down when you close the pool.
I think it's a rule of pooling.
But after all, I've only been for 40 years in Canada, so there's still some time to learn those Canadian habits.
But when evening falls, the grounds around Peter Vangils' home take on a decidedly un-Canadian ambience. The flicker of firelight makes the sculptures come alive.
I think when he put my carvers on the front, and people say, oh, I like that, it feeds the ego.
James Patterson doesn't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. And when Tim Fowler goes by, people say, there goes the neighborhood artist. As for Peter Vangils, give him a chainsaw and a couple of chisels, and he'll carve you a scene right out of the tropics. Guess what? Got invited in, taking up a few neighborly tips for my own backyard. I'm Arthur Black. Hope you enjoyed Weird Homes. We'll see you next time.